I've always been a unique person, you know what I mean? Sort of laid back in a way, but very adamant and very passionate about what I believe. I think a lot of times that sort of throws people off because they don't expect me to have the mindset or the process of thought that I do. And so when you come in to watch my channel, you may hear a myriad of thoughts and ideas that could be different from others. What I want you to do is just sit back, like, share, and subscribe. To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.
Helping you along the way. Helping you to make it through another day. Yeah, yeah. Everything you need to know that you never knew, that you need to know. Lockhart perspective.
Well, hello and welcome to the Lockhart Perspective. I am your hostess, Felicia Lockhart, and I am really troubled by the story that we're about to look at. It appears that somebody is on the run. And we were going to do another quick story. My daughter said, Mom, did you see this? And no, I didn't. And so I do want to talk about this because deputies responded to a restaurant just after 4 p.m. on Monday, and it was a Little Caesars in reference to a fight in progress, according to authorities. Now, this gal right here is Brittany, or it looks like Brittany, but it looks like Brittany here. So I think they dropped the B, but it's Brittany Kennedy, 25 years old. So that's who they're looking for. This gal, if you see her, you need to, maybe, I don't know, either get away from her or call somebody. But it says that the fight took place after the suspect, identified as Brittany Kennedy, 25, allegedly confronted the victim, Emily Broadwater, 22, at the establishment. She pulled a chair from underneath her, according to the Richmond County Sheriff Department. And the video of the recent of the incident shows that Kennedy allegedly grabbed Ms. Broadwater by her hair and punched her repeatedly in the head. That is terrible. This is the garbage that we're dealing with now in the world. No respect for human life. It says at one point, a child with a pink bow appears to be grabbing at the victim as someone shouts, move the baby, move the baby. And then they say that there's the footage that later shows Kennedy dragging Broadwater out the front door of the establishment by her hair and throwing her on the ground outside. She then stomps on the victim's head at least 2 times, according to the video. I shudder to think of what this is. This is ridiculous. Look at all the bleeps, it says, standing around and doing nothing. These animals deserve to be in a cage. It's pathetic. And it's very true. Now, my baby, Miss Broadwater, cries in the video as she gets up. Her face is covered in blood. That's a shame. No one at the establishment, absolutely no one at the establishment was captured appearing in the fight. This is... I'm amazed that this is the place that we're in this on this planet right now. Little Caesars provided a statement to Augusta's WJBF TV after the incident, saying, quote, "The safety of our crew members and our customers is the most important thing to us. In any case where a customer or employee is in danger, we advise our crew members to call the police immediately," the statement said. According to the police report obtained by the Augusta crime, Broadwater was left with cuts to her face, her head, her neck. She has a black eye, swollen face. She refused to be taken to the hospital by ambulance, saying that her friend would take her. Poor baby. The police reported stated. So now the suspect left the scene in a car after the alleged attack. Alleged attack? Well, if it's on video, there is no alleged attack. I shudder to even push this button, to be candid with you. I mean, I really shudder to even push it. But nonetheless, it says after the alleged attack, authorities said on Tuesday, the sheriff's office posted a wanted poster, which is the reason why we are doing the story right now. Okay? This is the reason why we are doing the story. Because my daughter told me about it, I was like, yeah, no, that's not my shtick. That's not where I am. I don't do that kind of story. She goes, but Mom, it's really serious. It's really serious. And so I said, okay, well, let me look at it. And after I looked at it, I was like, well, wait a minute. So it says, quote, a girl with a baby. Resident Dean Willard told the WJBF, that ain't right. That's a quote from him. This is the purpose and the reason for me showing this, because this chick is wanted. And that's why I'm showing it. I'm showing it because I think I've just about had it with, folks that are out here doing wrong being the good guy. And it gets reversed when it's reversed. Yeah. Yeah, it gets reversed when it's reversed. And I'm done. All right, I'm done. So bad is bad and wrong is wrong. Okay? All right? They can't paint this any differently. They can't shade this. And these are the types of things that make me angry, because we have in the Black community, I have to say it, and I'm going to say it. And if people don't understand where I'm coming from, it's from a place of passion. It's from a place of care, and it's from a place of concern, because I don't like when things are twisted. And I don't like when we're looking at our community as if, oh, well, poor Blacks. This girl attacked somebody in front of her baby. No respect for human life, no regard for what this child was going to see. None. What could have been? There is nothing on the planet that could have been so pressing that on the day of May the 17th, 2021, this woman would walk inside of a Little Caesars Pizza, grab a woman who's sitting there with her child, pull the chair from up under her and commence to beating her, and then add insult to injury, drag her out of the store by her hair and commence to stomping on her, according to the reports. This is a terrible, terrible time. But I'm going to tell you something. These are the things, thank goodness it was caught, because these are the things that are not really being told. If it weren't caught on video, or if the person who caught it on video did not turn it in, we would never have known about it. I put on Patreon a couple of months ago that there was a tragic situation where a Black man stood outside of the cul-de-sac and took somebody's life. And I did point out the fact that it was the reverse of what we're always hearing. The Black oppressed person being done XYZ by the white person. And these are true facts. They do exist. But I submit that because sin abounds, that all of the lawlessness will get worse. And it doesn't matter the color. But I have a problem when they just make it seem like it's just us who are victimized. It is not. If we want to get help across the board, then we need to bring light to the fact that the crimes that are being committed against humanity, against people, needs to be focused on. And we need to corporately, as a community of humans, figure out a way for us to survive without trying to tear each other down physically. I hope everybody understands what I'm saying. I'm not saying that as a Black woman, as a woman who's of Native American descent, that I'm not concerned with things that happen within my community from people outside of my community, because I most assuredly am. But what I am saying is that a part of the human collective, just as being a human being, we ought to be more concerned about what happens across the board, period. And these are the types of things that never get told. We always sweep these things under the board, right up under the rug. So as much as I don't wanna, I think I'm gonna. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna take this down just a bit. I'm gonna turn the volume way down, if that's possible. Do you see that? Do you see that child? Do you see this? That is a savage attack. Now, how come nobody didn't get that dog off of her? That is ridiculous. All while taunting him, all while donning a mask. And nobody stopped it. Nobody stopped it? I mean, I know people may get like, well, why are you so upset? Because that's just savage. Okay? These are the types of things that need to be brought to the forefront so that we can all say, stop it across the board. If we as a collective get together and say, okay, listen, we're done with all the violence. We're done with people getting away with stuff, and we want to see something done. We want you to make sure that you guys are holding these individuals accountable across the board. Across the board, people need to be held accountable. Across the board. This is the most, we are at a point, and that right there, I'm sorry, that right there was real. Okay. All right. But see, this is the kind of stuff that's really going on. That's what I'm trying to say. This right here is the stuff that's really going on. And if it wasn't for that person that had the camera, we wouldn't have seen it. Conversely, the person that had the camera needs to be held responsible too, because baby, that camera should have been set down and you should have been helping this young lady stop this. But then again, you know, there's like 3 or 4 ways you can turn your head, because then you can say, okay, but wait a minute. You know, there are a lot of people who jump into situations and they end up getting hurt. That's true too. But it's just sad that the poor little baby. What did you see that girl's baby? Honey, I hope they catch you quickly. I hope they catch you quickly. Yes. We need to dispatch some angels to go out and catch this chick real quick. Let her be done now. Okay, let's say, come on, let's go, everybody. Let her be done now. Let apprehend her ASAP. Let the next story within the next hour be that they've got a hold of her. Because this is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Bully, a vicious bully, and still got on a mask. Did it all with her mask on. Okay? Okay? So I just, you know, I feel like this is ridiculous. These are the things that are going on right now. And yeah. I'm speechless. I mean, when my daughter brought it to me, I was like, baby, mama doesn't do those kind of stories. She goes, mama, this is really sad. You really got to see it. And like I said, as soon as I got on here and I saw that I read the story and then I saw this. Oh yeah, we want her. So if you guys see this chick right here, you make sure you dial 91MF1. 91MF1. That's what you do. Just like that. 91MF1. You dial that. You get this chick. Okay. Kennedy is the last name. Brittany is the first name. She's about 5'4", 150 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Okay. It states here that Brittany Kennedy is wanted for an assault that occurred at the 3221 Wrightsboro Road on May 17th, 2021. She is known to frequent the Fox Den area and the 3200 block of Wrightsboro Road. Any information concerning this suspect, please contact the Richmond County Sheriff's Department. That phone number is 706-821-1020 or 706-821-1080. Again, 706-821-1020 and 706-821-1080. This is for public release. This video is not done as a form of entertainment, but as a PSA to the public at large that this person is a predator and she is violent and that she has attacked a woman in broad daylight in public. okay, in a public place in Macon, Georgia, Augusta, Georgia, excuse me, in Augusta, Georgia. So this video and the purpose for this video is to alert the public that there is a person that is on the loose. And again, this is her. She is on the loose. If you see her, dial 911. 91 MFing 1. That's what I said. Yeah, that part. I said it. I don't know who your mama is, baby, but yeah. Woo! Angry, very angry. Marty Lauderdale, hey. Bobby J. Wells, hey. Diane Britson, thank you so much for being a new member here. I want to thank you for being, I should say, a new subscriber. I saw that you joined us within the last 45 days. And I just want to tell you, I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bobby J. Wells, this is so sad. We're losing our humanity. Yes, we are. And if we can look at that and we can say, oh, it's this or it's that, because here's the deal, Bobby, these types of things have been reversed, right? And we always hear all the news about all the other stuff. And then that causes this big divide and everybody's got to go ahead and get their, t-shirts out there and all their banners and start walking up and down the streets and tearing up stuff. It's okay that they're walking up and down the streets as long as they're doing it peacefully, right? But then we've got a problem when it's not, Bobby, and they're tearing up stuff and burning down people's businesses and small mom and pop shops and tearing up things and looting out stores and stuff, right? So we've got a problem there. But when we have these kinds of issues, we rarely hear about them. And that's the reason why we're doing the show today. So I appreciate you for being here. Sarah Brown, how's it going? Might want to look at New York State Assembly Bill A416. It was just brought to my attention and I thought that I'd pass that info on. All right. What is it concerning if I don't already know about it? Let me see if it's already. No, I'll tell you what, I'm going to continue where we are now. And then I'm going to see if it's one of the upcoming stories that we have. You guys see, there's one other story that's coming up today that's dealing with Mr. Papa was a Rolling Stone, Billy Goats. And there are 4 other big ones that I have that I've been compiling and putting together. Also, if you guys do not remember, I mentioned to you to make sure that you watched them. Oh boy, Ronnie Mann and I were talking about this late last night, and we were putting together some things, and he came up with some outstanding stuff that I think is amazing as it relates to the spirit realm and what went into that show. Okay. Yeah. All right. So get it together, soul sister. So with that said, there's a lot of stories that are coming up. Make sure that you guys are looking at the alerts because sometimes they put them out, sometimes they don't. But I want you guys to hear these because that one with them is pretty unique. And I'm going to look at that, Sarah. I'm going to look at that. Don't worry. I got you. All right, let's see. Dr. Kevin McCrane, PhD, believes many of these attacks are cases of this. Oh, honey, are you kidding me? Oh, boy, thank you for telling me that because that means that I need to just put it in perspective and not get so angry and just understand which direction I need to, send all of my my interceding, where the direction that I need to intercede for us as humans. You know what I mean? Thank you for telling me that. And I need to look into that physician. Let me write that down as well as the information from Sarah. Need to write those down so that I can keep them and close to my vest and look that up. All right, I'll do that. Thank you, Marty. Thank you. Okay, let's see. And other neural issues, it probably is because like I said, I notice a big difference. And here's the problem. If that's what's being created, y'all, let me be quiet. Bobby J. Wells, let's see. The media is generating a racial divide. We were all getting along until they said we weren't. Boycott the media. I know that's right. Put them in their place. If you're carrying it, based on the governor's opinion, the entire group of people can be, oh, yes. Yes. And I think that was started, about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, Sarah? Yeah, I think so. And if you didn't want to comply with what it was they had going on and all that other stuff, yeah. But there's another theory that I've got going on right now as it relates to that, as it relates to the people who were at the helm of that, Marty and Bobby. Let me tell you what it was. I mean, Sarah and Marty, what it is I believe that there's about 2 cats that are about to be thrown under the bus because the bus is about to break down, or they see it's breaking down. So they're going to throw these other 2, which they've done. The story that we've got coming up later today, as you can see, it's already posted. as one of our lives that are coming up. I think this cat's being thrown under the bus, and I think so is this little, so is a little elf guy. the little gnome, the little gnome is being thrown under the bus, and I think that that's because there are a lot of us who are interceding. There are a lot of us who are, definitely in prayer and definitely meditating on the Father's word. And some things are being moved around and shifted, and they're not happy about it. So therefore, they got to roll these people like a bowling ball because what they planned didn't work. So Sarah Brown says evil is allowed to exist because of the inaction of good people, paraphrasing Martin Luther King. Okay, despicable behavior. Yes, ma'am. It's not normal folks. It's not normal folks did not act like this so frequently. Absolutely. And you just said frequencies. How about that? Bobby J. Wells, do you fly? Because that looks like a little Cessna. If it's not a Cessna or a plane, is that a one of those things that you put up in the air that my husband thinks are so fun? Drones, is that a drone on your thumbnail? It's very nice. Wonder what is in the thing, the candy bar that they have giving us all along. Yeah, I got some information that was sent to me this morning from a fellow YouTuber and good friend. I consider a close colleague. And I looked at that today and I downloaded some stuff, but I know it will not be on this platform. More than likely, it will be on another platform. So possibly, I want to make it accessible to everyone. So possibly on Library Odyssey. Yeah, may do it there. And if I don't do it there, then we'll possibly do it on Twitch, because I know a lot of people have Twitch. America was founded on that. I'm free in 21. Paul Mooney, the dude, knew what was up. Oh, that's what he said. America was, that's a quote from him. Yeah. Well, Paul Mooney, as much as I, liked him, I did do a story on him a while ago. And so I don't want to seem hypocritical, like, oh my gosh, he's just the best thing since sliced bread. He had his own issues, but don't we all? There was some rumor with regards to his best friend's son at the time. And the best friend was none other than Richard Pryor. And then his son, there was some things that went on allegedly with his son later, after the son was 18. And so there's just a lot of clouds of stuff that go on. And, I'm not one of these people who say, well, don't speak this and don't speak that of this person. Listen, if this is what was alleged while they were alive, I don't have a problem with saying it, now. Anyway. So let's just see. I broke my tailbone falling from a chair I sat in. I'm sorry to hear that, Diane. Yes, it does make you angry. Something is going on with them to losing it, with police too losing it. Yeah. Yep. And that's the reason why I say, get rid of all the bad weight. If you've got some bad cops working in your departments, get rid of them. If they're bad guys, get rid of them, because it's marring everybody else who could be a good guy. There are good people, men and women, who get into different businesses because they want to be a help. And then you get some folks who come into the business because they don't. How about that? Okay, people are suffering strong delusions and anger. Absolutely, Mars Fool's Gold. A416, removal of the people of those places by governor, even if they're just thought to be. Wow. All right, so Bobby says, I find it hard to believe that Gates was a Rolling Stone. Child, wait till you hear the story. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Let me tell you something. From a woman's perspective, I'm going to just be honest with you. A lot of people will look at a cat like him and be like, oh, no, I couldn't do nothing with him. I couldn't talk to him. Honey, let me tell you something. People need to quit lying, because women have always historically been moved by the cat that's got some money. If the cat got some money, I'm sorry, you'd be amazed how many chicks will lean to his persuasion. Okay, so we're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it because we need to see how much of a Rolling Stone homeboy was. When you see the stories that we got coming up, I mean, yeah, he was out there doing his thing. So, yeah, you may find it hard to believe that he was a Rolling Stone, but money make a dude real sexy. You know what I mean? A woman be like, yo, hey, her friends will see her. What were you doing with that guy? I saw that guy. What were you doing with him? Oh, well, he's my new boo. Your new boo? But your last boyfriend, he was so big and buff and he was so, sexy and handsome. This guy doesn't look like anything you like. Well, no, normally he isn't my type. And originally, when I first met him, he wasn't my type. But it was just something about his Black American Express card that made me change my mind. Something about that cat's Rolex that just seemed to, I don't know, just seemed to, it just made him a little more attractive. I don't know. Yeah, it's all about the money when it comes to that. It's all about the Benjamins. Mars Fool's Gold said, COVID candy bar may be linked to the, and it is. Yes, it most assuredly is. Looks studly. I saw that too, Mars Fool's Gold. Dr. Kevin, the PhD, works with reference in Nunez and Nana. Okay, very good. You see that on the screen, folks? Mars Fool's Gold, I think you are right. Monkey kidney is the least of the worries. Man, oh, Manischewitz. Man, oh, Manischewitz. You guys think really good. I like the way y'all think. I really like the way you guys think. Okay. Studied himself in the lab, and he's one of the experts on the impulse of brain controls. Really? Huh? Do you have our mailbag information? Because you need to start sending some stuff in, Marty Lauderdale. That is Felicia at FeliciaLockhart.com. Send some stuff into the mailbag. That will give us the opportunity to, do what we like to do around here, because when we get those mail inquiries and everything sent in from the mailbag, we just love to let you know. To do it. Any excuse to share it, Marty. Send us your information. Bobby Wells says, Felicia, the plane is a former Soviet LET-410 refurbished for cargo personnel airdrops a few years back. Okay. Because, my big brother that's on this channel is actually our executive producer. He deals with planes. And so I was wondering, let's see here, Marty Lauderdale. Okay, I'll quit about Dr. MC. Sorry to spam on it. I just wanted to share info. No, I need you to send it, because if you can send that information, it's always helpful. And you know what? Here's the deal, Marty. Sometimes the information that you send will be something that I'm already working on, as it is the case with our one of our super mods, which is Rachel Van Ziel, one of the members. I encourage all of you guys to become members today, by the way, too. Y'all go on down there and click that join button. Come on in here and join so that you guys can see some of the new videos that we're about to post that are just for members. And then there are going to be members only lives. All right. We'll have some lives that are members only. You guys, I want to do them this week. So if you guys can, go ahead and push that button. If I get at least 10 people today to join on that lower level, that lower tier, then I will make the next live, with the exception of one that's already published, specifically for you guys. And we'll do it at all 3 tiers. If we can just get 10 people today to join, we'll do it at all 3 tiers. Okay. One juicy live. I mean, juicy. And I don't know whether y'all know what juicy is, but not juicy. We're going to do juicy. I mean, a juicy one too, baby. Everything. We're going to go all the way out. But if we can get that done today, just everybody on the lower level, we're going to do it, because I really want to be able to open it up to everyone. I'm trying so desperately to sort of streamline everything. And if this works for YouTube, where we're able to get it, we can cancel out everything else, and people who are on other platforms that are paying can just come here, and then we can do more closed circuited things, if that makes any sense. But nonetheless, Rachel Van Ziel is our super mod. She's one of our super mods, and she's also a member. She sends in some amazing information. When I tell you amazing information, the same with Anthony Van Zandt, the same, a lot of you guys, what is that? Anarchy Television sends in stuff. Who else sends in things? Anarchy, lots of y'all. I mean, I can't even think of everybody, but you guys all send in such good stuff. Yeah, juicy. That's what Marty says, juicy. Yeah, there you go. That's it. And so so I'm glad that you guys are here right now. Now let's see. So that's the kind of plane that was. That's the LET 410. Got it. And there is the email address. I might have met your brother if he was at Fort Campbell. Okay, so let's see. Great to you. Yes, Rachel. Again, did you say? And she says, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, y'all. Listen, that was just a quick little news brief. We're really at the 31-minute mark. And let's see. She wants to know my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Hey, Amy, are you new here with us today? I thought I remember seeing the two colors, the red and the green together. What are your thoughts? Wow. Well, you know, wow. Mr. Leslie, I want to thank you so very much for that awesome PayPal blessing you sent the other night. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just really, I blushed and I just want to thank you. I appreciate you. You're never too late. You're here right on time. We were a little angry a little bit ago because, well, we were just into the throes of this story that I found to be absolutely, to coin one of the members and the co-laborers phrase here, despicable. It was absolutely despicable. We are on the hunt and we hope that they find this young lady who did a terrible beating here. This woman right here is who we're all looking for. We're looking, if you see this chick and you live in the southern states and you see this chick right here, you guys make sure, for those of you who are just coming in, that you contact the police. Her name is Brittany Kennedy. And according to this, it is for public release. It came from the Richmond County Sheriff's Department there in Augusta, Georgia. And she is wanted for an assault that occurred there in Augusta. All right. And so if you see this chick in any of the southern states, she's 25 years old, 5'4", 150 pounds, and she is very, very mean. She's a very mean person. And that's just to say it, that's to say the least. So yeah, you do. Well, look out for her. If you see her, not look, no, I don't mean go looking for her. You know what I'm saying? Like you a vigilante or something like that. Because according to, you can see the chick got them hands. So right, so don't go looking for her because she do got them hands. But she's no match for the penal system. She's no match for being thrown in jail. She ain't no match, okay? Because there's some badder chicks in there where she going. There's some of them chicks in there, a whole bunch badder than that. You think you bad when you in them streets, but when you get in that place where they've got all the bad concentrated, honey, you need to watch it on out. Now you need to watch it on out. And so, yeah, so that's who we're looking for, Amy. And that's who we're looking for, Mr. Leslie. So if y'all see this person, you let the popos know. You let the popos know if you're in that area. That's her face again. And that's basically what this is all about. Because standardly, as I share with my daughter who shared this story with me, Mama don't do these kind of stories, I told her, right? But because of the nature of the fact that it was her child was there, her little bitty baby was crawling on the floor, and this chick kept going. The baby was crawling on the floor besides the mama in the video that we showed earlier, which I dare not show again because it was just that disturbing, Amy. It was just that disturbing, right? And so I don't want to show it again. But nonetheless, that's what it was all about, Mr. Leslie and Amy. If you guys will look at it, it's just terrible. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Rachel Van Ziel, where can I find a link to become a member? Marty Lauderdale asks, if I see her, I'm going to run for her. Oh my God. Oh. Bobby J. Wells, you say you're going to run first? You just gonna take off running like, those little feet that you used to hear, the little running sound on the Flintstones. Binkity dink. You're gonna just take off. Binkity dink. Binkity dink and just take off running. You ain't lying. Cause old girl got them paws. I mean, maybe that's the reason why nobody jumped in. That's terrible. She's terrible, but I hope they catch her and catch her soon. It's on the main page, Marty. Okay. And thank you, Sarah Brown, who just became a YouTube member. Yay. Yay. Okay, that's the yay sound. Okay. Thank you so very much. Call Dog the Bounty Hunter. That's right, Mr. Leslie. Call Dog the Bounty Hunter. That's absolutely right. Poor little girl to see this. That's where my heart was as a grandmother. I was like, this is terrible. It's absolutely terrible that they would do that. You know what I'm saying? That's awful. I don't like it at all. At all. Thanks, Doc Diane Brown. I believe it's under the membership tab, and it should be right down there under this video. Let me go out here and look and see. I'm going to go over here and just look for myself and see how it's supposed to look from another side. That's what I'm going to do, to see what it looks like from another side to tell you exactly where it is, because it should be a lot more convenient than that. It really should. It should be. Really, really, lady, it should be. She's saying it's the spring sale. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Videos right there. There we go. So let's see. Huh. 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 Oh, I know what I'm supposed to be looking at. Duh. I'm over here wondering where I am, and it's because I'm not over here like that. There I go. Okay. Yes, it's supposed to be right there on the front. So when you go to the front, right of the front of this video, it's my name is to the left, right to the right, next to subscribed button. There should be the join button. Right there next to the subscribe button, to the left of subscribe, there should be a join button. Hit that join button, and that's what you do to become a member. And that way, you guys, we can do some really good, juicy lives. So I want to thank you so very much for becoming a member. How awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you. So let's see what we've got here. Alrighty, so let's see. One of them, some people just aren't fit to live indoors with other people. Exactly. Exactly. Anthony Van Zant is in the house. What? Hey, big baby. Hey, Anthony Van Zant. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. We fixed it, didn't we, Anthony? We got her done, didn't we, baby? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We got you back in the house. Uh-huh. They tried to put my brother outside. No, sir, you can't do that. No, no, no. We got it fixed, though, didn't we? Yes, we did. Howdy, howdy. Everybody is saying howdy to our brother, Bobby Wells. Somebody made him laugh. Let's see. I found it. Okay, thanks. The link doesn't show up on my Apple iPad. Arg, but I got it now. Very good, Marty. Run and leave a little cartoon cutout in the wall. You ain't lying, because that chick is nuts. Well, Anthony, you're back on. Good to see you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Right back at you, Bobby. Good, Marty. I'm glad you found it. I am too. Marty, thank you. Thank you and welcome, Marty Lauderdale. Thank you very much. We're happy to have you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. And Anthony says, afternoon to you, faithful sister Rachel. Nice to be seen. Yes, it is. Hi, Soul Alchemy. How are you? Why is everyone judging the situation without knowing why this occurred? You know what, Soul Alchemy? I totally get that question. But here is what I think. Did you get a chance to see it, Soul Alchemy? Tell me in the chat if you got a chance to actually see the video. Did you see it already? And I'm going to hold. I'm going to read some more of these comments, and then I'm going to come back to you if you answer in the chat. Okay. If you would do that, tell me if you saw it. Tell me if you saw it, Soul Alchemy. And welcome, Soul Alchemy. We're glad you're here. We like consent. You know, we like dissenting thoughts and ideas here. We welcome it. We're not upset with nothing like that. We don't judge here either, unless, of course, we can see the fruit. You know what I mean? If I'm looking at a tree and it's an orange tree, basically, I'm going to say it. Okay, let's see. I saw a few seconds. I didn't like that baby was present. Very good. That's exactly right, Soul Alchemy. We didn't like that either. But here's what I want to say, Soul Alchemy. And I feel you, because, you know, you don't want to be that person, right? That says, oh, my gosh, you know, we don't know what she did. So we can't say what she did was wrong. Here's what I'm going to say to that. And I'm going to show you just a little, because to me, I believe that there was nothing that could have justified this. Nothing. There's nothing that could justify it. There's nothing that could justify that. Okay. So whatever it was, at what point, Soul Alchemy, was she supposed to stop? What could you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see? Do you see that, Soul Alchemy? Now, see, so that's what I'm talking about right there, Soul. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You did it in front of the girl's baby. Her baby is there. And you know what I'm saying? And then she just kept going. Girl, that's what I'm talking about. And as a mom and as a grandmother, I was just absolutely, I'm speechless to a point. But that's why I said, even though this channel does not do this kind of topic and we don't have this kind of conversation here, because that's just not what we do. I mean, you'll find me talking about a lot of other stuff, but definitely not this. But when my daughter, who happens to be about 29, almost 30, brought the story to me and I got a hold of it and I literally read it. And then I found that this was for public release, Soul Alchemy, and that she was actually wanted. Girl, I just did not know what to say or do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel the way that I do. I feel like, yeah, that's gotta be nuts, because even if I was angry, and let's just say that, okay, I'll be fair. Let's say even if I was angry and I just said pop and I smacked her, right? The progression of this encounter started with her, this young lady, Brittany, snatching this woman off of her chair. And you saw that the baby was crawling, right? So she snatched her off the chair. Okay, so that's one thing. You would stop there. You know what I'm saying? You would say, okay, let me stop here. But then when you go forward and you hit her in the head, okay, something should snap you. Stop. And you should stop. Okay, she didn't stop, even no matter what it was about. You know what I'm saying? And then she continued. And then to add insult to injury, where she could have just left her hands and said, oh, that's it, I'm so mad, or for whatever she did, maybe she hit her dog, or maybe she ran over her cat, or maybe she stole her best sweater. You know what I'm saying? We never know, right? And you're right, to your point, we don't know. But we do know that there were plenty of points where she could have come to herself and just said, okay, let me take my hands off this girl. I'm in public. Let me take my hands off this girl. I'm going to jail. Let me stop. She should have come to herself, and she didn't, right? Even after she hit the girl in the head in the store, she then took that child by her head, and snatched her out the store. And then she didn't stop there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what, fourth point she could have stopped? She started to stomp this lady in the head. So when you're stomping somebody in the head, the goal is, since you know what's in the brain, you know what I mean? You know what's inside the cranium. You know that what's in there is very, very important, and it's very sensitive at best. What is your goal when you're stomping somebody in the head? If you know that a head injury could easily kill somebody, and it doesn't have to be today. You can stomp somebody in the head today and they can die tomorrow. They can die 3 days later. Case in point, graduated from high school in 1982, so I am a foxy older grandmama. One of the girls got into an altercation with some girls that went to school with us. And do you know that 4 of those girls jumped on this woman at the time she was a teenage girl? The girl died 3 days later, and all of them went to jail. And they went to jail specifically because, you know what I'm saying? Specifically because the girl passed away a few days later. So, yeah, but I'm glad that you're here. Let's see. Soul Alchemy. We're going to finish with this statement here. It says, why is everyone judging the situation without knowing why this occurred? Yes, that is true. But, like we showed, it's plenty of times for her to stop. Let's see. Bobby J. Wells gives you a thumbs up. It's on the video. Rachel Benziel shares. How come no one helped her out? Is it because of you know what, F2 Twister? We never know. But I'm telling you, the girl had them hands, and people probably did not want to get involved. You know what I mean? Right now, the person that had the camera, in a way, I sort of felt like, gee, just drop the camera and stop her. But then I'm thinking, wait a minute, if you drop the camera and you stop her, you could be getting beat up too. You know what I mean? And you don't want to get involved in that. So hold the camera, dial 911. How about that? Get it all on tape. You don't want anybody to be able to say it didn't happen. You're quite welcome, honey, and thank you for being here. My Firestone, my first time on your channel, and thank you for not getting upset at my opinions. No, indeed. Everyone has to have an opinion in order for us to grow, in order for us to have dialogue, in order for us to see each other's opinion or point of view. We can't get angry. We got to listen and we got to talk it out. That's the only way that we can move forward as people. You know what I mean? You're talking about the part with the baby, right? Yes, I was. Yes. And they're giving you love. Okay. Okay. So what if the victim did not involve another child? But what if it, well, you know what? Again, we would have to know that, and but then, you know what? Where does our pursuit of righteousness come in? That's a good question that you had there. So basically what you're saying is, how do we know? Okay, so what if the victim did involve another child? I'm just saying, if that is the case, yes, I could see being very angry. And depending on what would happen, what happened in the altercation, I could see, maybe putting paws on somebody because, somebody messing with one of my grandchildren, I'm going to put some mitts on them. But there are ways that you can go about making sure that, yeah, if I'm going to do a citizen's arrest, I'm going to hold you down. I'm going to call the police. If I know you did something wrong to one of mine, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying that it appears that this stuff is coming from somewhere else. You know what I mean? No, she's 25, but there's no filter, And so, yeah, it could be true. Let's see. I would like to hear what the woman who did this has to say. Yeah, well, when they catch her, honey, because right now, and Sarah Brown is saying, welcome. Right now, they are looking for her. Okay. Yes, that baby was traumatized. I hope she'll forget this experience. But can you imagine? Can you imagine? I'm telling you right now, I just don't know if that baby's going to be able to get over that, because kids have a very amazing memory. Okay. They exhaust for several years after they've seen something traumatic like that. And, babies love their mamas and daddies. Jennifer Springler says it looks like she was taking all her anger out on her. Was likely a ticking time bomb for a while. Absolutely. So this could have been a very bad situation that just went from bad to worse in no time. You know what I mean? And yes, that's right, Amy Duran. Yep. That's just evil. Absolutely just evil. And it is. It is. This is how people can be killed. Yes. And that kick to the head. Yes, definitely. And that's what I was saying about the girls where I went to high school with, is that those girls, let's see, I'm 56. So this happened several years ago. I think they had like 40 to life. So they would be coming up on, being able to get out. So unless they're, I don't know. I never kept up with any of those chicks. I never really knew them. They were like the bad girls, the real popular girls that wore all the fancy stuff. And my mama was, even though my daddy had money, my parents were not about to sit up here and spend all that money on sending a high schooler to school. So what I did with a whole bunch of fancy stuff is they had us, our group was singing at the Naval Shipyard, and they had a club there. And it was not you could get in, but I sang there, and I sang there for like one fall and one winter, fall and winter. And I made some money back then, and I went and bought my own stuff. You know what I mean? And my dad was happy. So let's see here. I like to hear what the woman had to say. From the other woman. She was already set in getting her, and the baby didn't stop her. Exactly. As women, we must be emotionally disciplined. Good point. Exactly, Bobby. Not controlling herself could have gotten her a long prison term. Yep. And when she gets out, that's going to be it. So my daughter's giving me a message saying that Emily, who is the young lady that was being assaulted here, Emily, okay, quote unquote, allegedly, because I don't see it for myself. My daughter wrote it, so I have to say allegedly. Allegedly, Emily posted on her Facebook page that she helped out a friend with their kids while Brittany was incarcerated. And then she stated that Brittany was stalking her as well as throwing a brick through a window. Valencia, I need you to show me that on Facebook. And those are all things that were alleged. It's in the story? Okay, hold on just a second. No, it wasn't. She's just now telling me. Let me go in here and read down below. So it's down below this?
It should be.
Because that's where I got a little angry. I had to stop right there. Well, no, it's not here. It's not here. Yeah, it's not here. But that's what got me the most angry. And I stopped at what I thought was the end of the story, which was the photo here, because it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Again, it's the young lady's name is Broadwater. Okay, and she was apparently being stalked by this young lady, apparently, allegedly. And I say allegedly because I don't see that. What I do see is the video. Okay. All righty, here we go. I've got it right here. I need to. Oh, so it's the Daily Mail. Ha! Go back in there with him. Yes, I love the Daily Mail. Let me send this to myself. Just send this to me so that I can show everybody this because I don't want to be responsible for anybody saying that I said something incorrect. Um, I think he's a little upset because she took the phone from him. My grandson. Okay, let's see. I'm 43 and emotional discipline is an ongoing challenge, LOL, but I'm much better about how I react now than I used to be. It's been an evolution of sorts. Absolutely it is. And you know what? That's big of you, Jennifer, to say that because we all have that as an issue at one point or another. Some people don't comment on things when they should say things. Some people say things when they shouldn't say things. Some people respond incorrectly towards certain topics or things that are going on in their life. Emotional intelligence is something that's very important. Unfortunate piece is just like you heard my little grandson just screaming in there. Those are the types of points that we stop and we teach from that point. But unfortunately, there are a lot of parents and people who don't understand how to do that. You know what I mean? The first response to some people is to yell or to shout because maybe, you know what, they come from an Italian background or Italian family that's very, what do you call it? Racy, not racy, but they're just passionate people and they're just known to yell. You know what I'm saying? Different people come from different backgrounds, which cause them to either react or respond the way that they do or not react or respond the way that they should. Right. And so let me see if I've got that story now. My daughter was sending it to me. So let me see if she has sent it to me. Yes, she did. All right. So let's just get into this, you guys. And this will be the last of it for me because I think I'm just about as disgusted as I possibly can be where the story is concerned. But what I will say is our main purpose for showing it was the fact that they do have an APB out on her. And I just got through, sending out the angels, praying that they go on ahead and catch her post haste. And so, yeah, we're going to hope that that's done. Here it is right here. Let me see here. Let's go make it a little smaller. Okay, let's see. A woman 25 is on the run. This is still sort of big, still sort of huge. Let's make it a little smaller. Gee willikers. I made it really big, didn't I? Okay, let's see. All righty. Let's take that smaller. Gee whiz, it's still huge, even though it's down to 90%. Huh. Wow, the picture is huge. I don't know if I like it that big. Huh. All right, let's just go ahead and get into the story part of it because they do have it here as well. But what it says is there's a woman on the run, and we already know who she is. There's a woman on the run after she beat up and stomped a young mother's head during a brutal attack inside of a Little Caesars. And the story was posted today, and it was at 13:45, and it was updated at 16:56. Remember, this is out of the Daily Mail UK. All right. And it goes on to say that Brittany Kennedy, 25, is wanted for battery, okay, of an Emily Broadwater. But what we want to see is here where the story tells us, exactly what happened with Miss Broadwater's account. All right. This thing is huge. Why is it so huge? I don't understand what I must have done, but I know that it's me. Because it's always just me. It's never, except for when it's this company that I'm getting rid of, the StreamYard, except for when it's them with the whole, not letting you see stuff. Okay, so let's see. Scroll down for the video. Nope, I don't want to see the video, but I do want to hear what the young lady has to say about it. Okay. At one point, the victim's toddler was crawling. There's the thing right there, the lady right there. Okay. Immediately after, all I did was help a friend out with her kids while his baby mama was locked up. Okay, here we go. All right, so the victim has since claimed on social media that she previously watched Kennedy's children while she was in jail for another offense. All right, okay. Let's go. I want to go up a little higher. Kennedy then dragged Broadwater by the hair out of the restaurant before throwing her to the ground and repeatedly stomping on her head. After the attack ended, Broadwater, whose face was covered with blood, could be heard screaming out for her daughter. The victim was left with cuts in her face and her head and her neck, but refused to be taken to the hospital via ambulance. Police have not confirmed what sparked the fight, but witnesses at the scene said it appeared to be related to the suspect's children and their father. The victim has since claimed on social media that she had previously watched Kennedy's children while she was in jail for another offense. It wasn't immediately clear what Kennedy was in jail for. Quote, all I did was help a friend out with his kids while his baby mama was locked up. She has been harassing me for weeks now, Broadwater said. Terrible. And at one point, the victim's daughter could be seen rushed over to the mom, crawling over to the mother. But the bad part about that is what would have happened had somebody abducted that girl's child? Would she have been taken away for child abduction as well? You know what I mean? I would hope so. I definitely would hope so. Why not? Because it was her responsibility not to put her hands on that. And but for her, but for her being there, but for her doing what she did, the child would still be with the mama. That kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. So very good point, Soul Alchemy. I see so many racial remarks online today. The attacker is going to get hit hard in court. Let me ask you, based on the video, do you think that, I don't know. I just think, yeah, she's going to get hit hard. But here's the thing. To answer our earlier question where we were talking about, you guys, tell me what you think about this, where we were discussing the emotional intelligence piece of it all. The emotional intelligence piece. Part of it was that she had encounters with the law before, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything unless we know exactly what it was about, right? It could have been a misunderstanding. It could have been unpaid, tickets. It could be anything. But what's going to happen is, to Miss Alchemy's point, is they're more than likely going to lean toward that and say, you know what? Well, look at how she acted, and look at what she was in jail already. They may not even deal with what she was in jail for. You know what I mean? Which is the reason why you got to learn how to handle yourself and not get involved in those kind of encounters. You know what I mean? And hopefully she can get herself some help. But let's just hope, Soul Alchemy, that she was not involved in anything physical before. You know what I mean? Where maybe she went into jail and got out early for good behavior because they said she didn't do it. Look how good she's been. You know what I'm saying? We just definitely hope that this girl was not in there for anything other than that. Valencia, can you look that up for me and find out what else she was in jail for? Okay. So we're looking right now to find out exactly what she was incarcerated for. And let's just keep our eyeballs crossed and hope that it wasn't for anything with anything physical or domestic violence or anything like that. Because if it is, definitely they're going to throw the sink at her. Now, and I say that gently because I feel like, she should have the sink thrown at her for that. I think that we are not, I do not think that we are fair in the allocation of bad behavior or negative behavior. Does that make sense? I think a lot of times we'll see situations like this that get a slap on the wrist, for example. And then we may see another situation that really wasn't bad at all. And they'll give a person a huge amount of time. We're like, really, what motivated that? That doesn't even match. I see the person may have committed a crime, put him in jail. Yeah, but you're going to give him 10 years for X, Y, or Z. And situations like this, especially if it's on the heels of something else domestic, only gets, 6 months. But again, we don't know the full ramifications of her actions because no neurologist has come out. She's not, to our knowledge, she did not go to the medical facility and get any help, which I wish they had just made her do, because that poor child, you never know what could happen after that. Let's see. She went all about it the wrong way. That's absolutely right. Rachel Van Zyl says, we are supposed to help people, stop our daughters from acting violent and That's right. Yes. What she did was emotional, not wise, and she will be punished by law harshly. Absolutely. The baby may have PSTD. You know what? I was just thinking about that. The time mama leaves, cries, and gets hurt. Yes, that's true. That's true. The Lockhart perspective. Thank you, Felicia, for all you do. Appreciate your solid work and your rational opinion. We need mentors to the younger ladies and teach them etiquette. Absolutely, we do. That's the only way that we're going to heal. Because I know that I've been so tired of seeing women and girls fighting in the streets like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not good. Again, thank you, Marty Lauderdale, for being one of our new members. We so appreciate you for clicking that button. And it just means the world to us. We are so happy that you joined us. And we also have one other great member that joined us today. Where is she? Let me see. Where is she at? Where is she at? Trying to find you in here. Sarah Brown, thank you again for joining us. We are so ecstatic to have both of you as our new members today. And anybody else who become a member that I may have missed, please count it to my head and not my heart, but I appreciate you. Jennifer gives us some hearts. Happy Wednesday, everyone. What's up, Miss Felicia? Wake up call. Hey, what's going on? How are you doing, Gerald? You know, I don't call you by your name there. I call you by Gerald. Very true. My mom was a yeller. You know what I mean? And so it's just depending upon the upbringing that we had and what our understanding is. Excuse me. But some of the video games these days and some of the movies, their first response is physical violence, which should be only used as a mechanism of defending yourself. It should only be used as a mechanism for defending yourself. It's never good to put your hands on somebody. That can never end well. It could never end well. And I've been in a few doozy of a couple of situations where I've literally had to just stand there and let the person talk crazy to me. And if you've ever been around me, you'll see that I'll just put my hands behind my back so that the individual knows that I am not a threat. Drop my hands to my side. I'll put my hands behind my back and I'll listen, especially working in HR with a lot of hot-headed creative people, because when you're dealing with artistic people, anybody that's artistic knows they're passionate. And sometimes they speak with their hands and, you know, they may have a little more vibrato than necessary. And, and so people could easily misinterpret anything that they're doing. So as working as a human resources director with all of those very talented and, colorfully artsy people, I've had to learn a few mechanisms to let people realize I'm not about to fight you. I'll put my hands behind my back gently, right? Clasp my hands just, gently behind my hips. Or I'll put my hands to my side. You know what I mean? Face my palms forward so that they understand my gestures. Very rarely will cross my arms in their presence because I don't want to be misunderstood and I don't want anybody. So there are some things that you have to do when you're dealing with emotional intelligence, is my point, right? You don't want to get anybody in that place. And when you see them in that place, that's when you need to learn to step a couple of steps back, keep the cooler head, and let them go for broke. They can say whatever they want to say, just as long as you don't come over here and put your hands on me. Okay? If you don't put your hands on me, your words will not harm me. They will not hurt me. I know that you're upset. I know that you're mad. And I know that if it was any other circumstance, you just might not say the things that you're saying right now. That's right. And so because of that, I've just learned. But now, if you put your hands on me, I'm going to push you out of the way to get you off of me. Okay? And then, like somebody else said, I'm going to do the tinkle, tinkle, tink feet, the Flintstone feet, and I'm going to run out. I'm going to get away from you. And if you come after me again and you do something to me, I'm going to pick up something and try my best to knock comb bumps all over you. But then that's after we've gotten to that point, right? Because I've already pushed you off of me to get away. I've told you to leave me alone. I pushed you away from me and then I'm running away. But if you catch me, I believe that you're trying to harm me. All right. And then by that point, I've got to defend myself. And I think that's how we all ought to be. Don't go for physical altercations. Allow that person to say whatever they want to say while getting out of the way. Get away from them. This, I don't think the young lady could have avoided. That child could not have avoided that. But then again, let's just say this. If this stuff is starting on social media, a lot of people, and I do not know this young lady, and I'm not saying that this is what this young lady did, but I am saying that for anybody who comes after and watches this particular topic, this particular video, let me say this to you, the listener. We are in a day and age where people become sort of bulletproof when it comes to this kind of stuff. You cannot hide behind a keyboard and say a lot of negative things to people, thinking that you will never ever have a physical altercation or ever see that person in, in the natural, physically. Do not antagonize people online. Do not be an antagonist at all. Don't do that. Do not threaten people online. Do not say what you're going to do to somebody online. These are things that are not cool. These are things that are considered bullying. These are things that are, you may end up ruining the day. But because we're dealing with the social media, construct now where everybody can just type how they feel and say it with impunity, a lot of us in the world today feel as if hiding behind a keyboard is a good thing. And as you can see, it can have terrible, terrible, unbelievable outcomes. The outcome can be off the chain. So, with that said, any young person that's listening to this, any young person who's here after we've gotten, done with this live, I want you guys to make sure that you don't get involved. Find other ways to get away. Find other ways to stop it. You know what I'm saying? Find other ways. If somebody starts to say terrible things about you online, block them. Block them. This may be for somebody. I mean, because like I said, you guys know I don't do this kind of stuff. And my daughter, mentioned it. So my thing is, hey, maybe it's for somebody. All right. What? Wait a minute. Gerald, if you're still here, send that to Felicia at FeliciaLockhart.com. Was she in Great Britain? Because I heard about a story. Because, see, I had some visions about a year and a half ago about this topic, about getting up when they thought you were supposed to be somewhere and you came back somewhere else. So with that said, if that's a story that was out of Great Britain, or if it was just recently, send it, please. Felicia at FeliciaLockhart.com. Again, Felicia at FeliciaLockhart.com is how you get in touch with our news bag. And if you want to be somebody who comes on and we give you information, you give us information and you give us to use your name on our breaking news bag, we appreciate you, because we only get our information from you guys, or of course I source the information myself. If it comes through Felicia, FeliciaLockhart.com, we do vet that information with at least 2 other sources before we put it here. Okay. All right. And yeah, but if you want to send me that, please do it. We sure would appreciate it, because I want to see if it's the same story. And if it's not the same story, then it tells me why I was seeing what I saw. And I always tell Ronnie Man or my husband or my brother Lee, you guys all know Lee is a friend to the channel too, my brother, I tell him or I tell somebody, so that way I know I'm not tripping. Oh, Soul Alchemy says that was child endangerment and more. Absolutely. It just seems like people are going on a frenzy once they get started. Something is up with trigger mechanisms. Absolutely. Aww. And my grandbaby just gave me a hug from his Kipper the kangaroo. What is this? A Teletubby? What is this thing? Oh, it's a Beanie Bear, Beanie Baby. Thank you, sweetie pie. That is so sweet. Thank you. Okay, let's see. She probably didn't want to be immediately separated from her child. I'm sure she got medical attention later. That's a good point. I didn't think about that, but that's a very good point. Very good point. She probably wanted to get her baby and then go on. Yeah, I never fought in front of my children, or if the other girl had children, no matter what, absolutely. They should have just left that all alone, right? You know what I mean? Very welcome, Felicia. Thank you. Marty Lauderdale, Sarah Brown, you give them thumbs up. Okay, that's cool. You guys are about to get awesome. Alice. Hey, girl, how's it going? That's my area, LOL. Okay, well, you know what? Like we just got through saying, awesome, Alice, girl. If that, hey, DJ Vision Barnett, if that is in your area, make sure you do just like, I forgot who it was. Was it Bobby or somebody said if they see her, they running the other way. You want to turn her in, but do not approach. Okay. Because girlfriend's mitts are pretty lethal. Her mitts are off the chain. Yes. Self-control. I don't want to go to the dentist. Bobby J is a mess. Oh, Bobby J is a mess. And we're giving all the greetings are going out to our newcomers that just came into the room. That's just DJ Vision and Awesome Alice. Hello, hello. You're so good with body language. Yes. And I did mental health training for law enforcement today. Very good. Very good. And that is why we are to be very cognizant of our surroundings. And the funny thing about it is that when you are calm and you're, for example, dealing with an employee or a situation that's crazy like that. Again, this young lady didn't even have that chance. Then you have to be able to watch the physical cues of the person. You have to see them. Sometimes you can see when a person leaves themselves, and you got to just. I remember going around the desk with an employee who was like, "Oh, really?" And she just went off. See, she didn't understand me, baby. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. I'm an old hen. I'm not gonna sit up here and physically fight you back. I'm not gonna do none of that. I'm gonna call them boys. And when them boys that's trained to deal with you come on the scene, honey, you let them deal with you. And don't worry. Because if you caused enough ruckus and you physically, said that you were going to do something to somebody physically, and that person was me, yeah, I'm not only going to call and make sure that after I separate you, that I call 911. I'm going to make sure that when they get here, even after you done left, that I give them the AP, that I give them your license number. Yeah, I tell. I'm not about to fight nobody. I don't believe that that is the way to handle nothing. Nothing. You need to live to see another day. And if somebody does something to you verbally, then you deal with that in that way. You know what I mean? You deal with it. You let them say what they got to say, but you turn around and you go on about your business. It does not always require a response, no matter how loquacious you are, no matter how, what a great command of the English language you have. You do not have to respond to everything somebody verbally says to you. You don't have to do it. Let those people, once an idiot starts to talk, let them keep on talking. They done showed their rump already. I was on somebody else's platform just recently, and this lady was just antagonistic. I mean, everything I said, she was like, you that. I said, okay, ma'am. All right, ma'am. Okay. I apologize that I offended you. I didn't say if. I said, I apologize. I offended you. No, I want to know why you did it. Why you did it. People have problems. And sometimes those problems that people have come from a past that you ain't got nothing to do with, honey. They're sitting up there going off on you, and they really upset because mom and them said that they were never going to amount to anything, or maybe mom and them wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And maybe they just had daddy and granny and them. You never know what a person's situation is. Do not stand there and try to figure it out while somebody's trying to go upside your head or trying to have a verbal altercation with you that lands you or them in the hospital. Walk away. Walk away. It was over the father of the child, Ozamala says. Yes, with mad chicken. I'm only use those hands when I have to. That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. Because you know what? We know that we have to be accountable to the Father. We do. And believe it or not, divine reciprocity would dictate that we handle situations with some good sense. Yes, because what we put in the ground definitely gonna come back. How about that? Yeah, how about that? I've been watching these crazy TikTok videos and thinking is out of the equation. Yeah, that's why you got to make sure that you deal with high vibration people. I need a proofreader, LOL. So do I sometimes. Yep, don't be a troll, because when they see you in public, that screen can't protect you. Absolutely not. Any fight videos on social media like TikTok or Facebook, I delete them. Good for you, Rachel Van Ziel. The guy who did the interview said on site means on site. Wow. Block the drama starters. That's right. Okay, let's see. Could be government bots collecting data on response. Ooh, all righty. DJ Vision Barnett says true. We're getting out of here in a few minutes, so we're going to go ahead and read some of these out. Let's see here. I'm not sure if the girl was on Twitter. All righty. I saw a chilled beating up another chilled and their mom present. Oh, child. Oh, you saw some kids beating. Oh, and the mom is present and did not stop it and rectify the situation and didn't tell their child to come on, stop that. You know what I mean? But then again, we're not getting the kind of mothers that we used to have, because see, mine not gonna stand there and bully nobody. I'm sorry. You're just not gonna do that. You're just not gonna do that. You know, you're gonna learn how to deal with people, because you cannot walk around as an adult doing that silly stuff. So you're definitely not gonna do it as a child. And as a parent, shame on you for allowing your child to do something so ignorant. That's exactly right, Rachel Van Ziel. Shame on you. We have to live peaceably with all men. We have to live peaceably in as much as lies within you. Bless Yahweh. You are to live peaceably with all men. That's it. You must. You don't have an option. You don't go around fighting and acting crazy like that. You just don't do it. You see, you just do not do it. She must have felt like, probably. You never know. You never know, soul alchemy. It's simple. Never rest on the beast systems. Prop to ethics, because there aren't any. Whilst faithfully connection on authenticity dots, connecting authenticity dots, like no other presenter on the net. Aw, bless you, my brother. Ronnie Man, what's going on, Ronnie? Ms. Tree, the ambulance bill comes with a $1,000 to $2,000 price tag, depending on where you reside. You know what, Miss Tree? You are not joking. Hey, Miss Tree One, how's it going? Hey, how are you doing? It's good to see you over here in these parts. But you're absolutely right. It does come with a huge bill, with one huge bill. Bad vibes manifest bad living for multitudes. Absolutely, it does. Yes, we reap the harvest that we sow. Absolutely. You're not going to put, like I always say, you're not about to put no oranges in the ground and think you're going to get apples. Baby, if you want apples, then you better plant you some apple seeds. Call yourself Johnny Appleseed, Betty Appleseed, whatever, but put some apples in the ground if you want apples. But if you want to put apples in the ground and you put in oranges, you cannot get mad at anybody. See, one thing about nature, people gonna let you say or call that tree whatever you want to call that tree, but baby, nature is gonna tell you what it is. That nature is gonna tell you this is an apple tree. It is not, or this is an orange tree. People can make you feel comfortable. They don't want to hurt your feelings, but nature, it's gonna tell you whatever you put in the ground is what you get back. You have no authority over it. Isn't that amazing? No matter what you think, and no matter what you tell yourself, whatever you get, whatever you put out there is what you get back. And it may not hit you today. It may not get you tomorrow, but it definitely will get you. And it may not come the way you put it out there. So if this young lady is roaming around, I hope somebody goes ahead and stops her. Don't physically accost her. Don't approach her physically. Don't harm her. Call 911. 91 and 1. That's exactly what I said earlier. I was that angry and I said it. It was me. Consider becoming a channel member. Hit the join button for further details. Thank you, brother. We went out and got more cameras for outside and another dog. I got to get me a German Shepherd. I want a German Shepherd. That's what I want. Our mothers made us fight and fought with us. Well, now, wait a minute. I ain't going to say my mama didn't make us fight, because my mama did. My mama was a young mama. We were only 17 years apart. And when my mother, when I was a young girl, she did. She would make us fight. She made us fight the bully. That's what our mother did. She made us fight the bully. But we were never the aggressors. And I think that's the reason why we grew up being people who just love people. All of us just love people. We never were the type of person to put our hands on somebody. You'll never find nobody that says I bullied them, because that just wasn't me. I was bullied, and then when somebody would pick on me, they could say whatever they wanted to say, because back then we had, sticks and stones and hurt my bones, but words will never hurt me. Well, we told ourselves that words will never hurt us. And that's what we believed that time when we were coming up, and I'm glad we did, because it helped us cope. But words from the wrong people, from the right people, did the wrong things. I'll say that. But I will also say that, yes, my mother did make us do that. And she would let us know, if you don't go out there and get this bully, when you get home, I'm going to get you. Yeah. So we would run as fast as we could, and the bully would have to follow us home. And then when we got him on our turf, we turned around and we let him have what for. And they never bothered us again. Unfortunately, there was always another bully the next school year. And until we taught that person a thing or two, we'd have to run home and they would do their thing. But we never, ever, ever were the individuals who started anything. We were quite the opposite. We wanted to be friends with everybody, my siblings and I. You know what I mean? We were just like that, just naturally like that. And at some point you felt like that may have been to your detriment. But then as you look back in retrospect as an adult, you're like, gee, I'm sort of glad I was not like that. I would never have wanted to be. I could never hurt a person. You know what I'm saying? Now I could play the dozens because I'm a heck of a jokester. So if they were coming at me with the dozens, oh yeah, we can go round for round, toe for toe. No problem at all. Come on with it. But putting my hands on somebody, I would never do it. Just never do it. But I did to defend myself. Lady got in a fight and her baby daddy got killed on live the other day. Yeah, I think that was in Houston, right? Terrible. Terrible. Just terrible. I may have to do a video about this. I get both mindsets because because the way I grew up is not how I think and behave now. Very good point, Soul Alchemy. Very good point. Once we begin to progress in life and we begin to understand, now we can tell others where we were and how we've progressed and how we don't have to behave that way again. Very good. DJ Vision Barnett says, hands kill, not words. You see, nice to see you. My mom always said, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Okay? But when it shows up, you handle it like a lady. Exactly. Bobby Appleseed. Yes, yes, yes. Bobby Appleseed. I love it. Anthony Van Zant. And then we have more from Ozymalis. Mom posted it and said, look at my baby whooping the tail. Go, boy. Mama needs to be thrown in jail for encouraging that. That's not good behavior. That's not good behavior at all. And yes, we have to teach young ladies different than, yes, that's right. We have to. And you know what? I'm going to say this. There's a lot of young ladies these days that are being taught to be so strong and so this and that. And people don't understand that it has nothing to do with physical. You are strong based on what you can control, your mind. If you can control your personality, if you can control the things that you say, if you can control how you behave, then you are strong. If you, in the face of somebody treating you bad, gives them love back, that blows their minds. Yeah. Somebody does you wrong, instead of going out there doing something wrong to them, treat them with kindness. People can't handle that. It's time for us to each and every one of us to turn the scenario around. Ronnie Mann says, as the old heads say, your mouth writing a check that you can't cash. Absolutely. You remind me of a grown version of my youngest at the Lockhart Perspective. It makes me smile every time I see your face and yours as well. I love you. You guys, I'm so glad you guys come over from other platforms and support and hang out. And you know what I mean? I'd love for everybody that stops by to be a channel member or to be a subscriber. But even if you ain't, I love the conversation. I love the interaction. I'm just glad that everybody is here. Please do not forget, if you guys want to hear my take on Bill Gates was a Rolling Stone. Yeah, Bill Gates was a Rolling Stone. That is tonight. We will be looking at it. And yeah, we want to find out exactly what he had going on. How was he a Rolling Stone? Really? He's a Rolling Stone? Are you joking me? Yeah, we ain't joking. He had apparently been attempting to share the love. Let that sink in. Yes, he was apparently trying to share all the love. And while he decided he wanted to share the love, he, apparently was sharing a little too much. He was sharing it a little bit too much, and he was sharing it with a little bit too many folks. And Bill Gates was a Rolling Stone. So that'll be in about an hour my time. So we're going to get off here so that I can give you guys that want to come back a chance to come on back. But yeah, he was a Rolling Stone, and we're going to hear all about it. My mama said they not going to steal you from you. Let's knock on their door. Let's fight the bully. Stand up or become a doormat. LOL, you better not come in my yard. That's why my mama made us run to the yard. That's why she would say, you make them run, you run. And that's, we were fast. My sister and brother, two of my siblings were sprinters. Myself and my other not oldest, older brother were distance runners. So yeah, but I had a pretty good 880. You know what I'm saying? I had a pretty mean 440. I would get out there. I ain't got it right now. I don't have it right now. Don't be asking me to show you because it ain't gonna show up. Okay? But I will tell you, we would get on down the road. We were raised in the jungle. Los Angeles, California is called the jungle. It's exactly that place that you see that movie. Who was it, Valencia? The guy in the movie you were watching last night. What's his name? Denzel Washington was in the movie called what? Huh? Training Day, the movie. Equalizer, but Training Day was in the jungle. Yeah. It was the jungle. That's where I was raised. And remember that movie Training Day? That neighborhood, that's where I was raised from 73 to 76. Yeah. And we would have to put up our chunkles every single day to get home. We didn't understand it. We were like, oh my goodness. They wanted me to speak. All the girls used to say, listen to her talk, make her talk. And I'm like, why are they wanting me to speak? I didn't understand it. Now I get it. But I didn't get it then. My mother made us speak well all of our lives. We had to conjugate verbs, and I only got slang when I got out and on my own. But when I was little, it was not permitted. So a lot of people picked on me because I was well versed as a young child. What a weirdo I was, right? Yeah. But them girls in the jungle, honey, let me tell you, they let me know. Yeah. So we had to run fast to get home every day. And then when we would get home, we'd drop our book bags and turn around and start going because we knew we ran upstairs telling her, my mama, they chasing me. She was going to make us go back downstairs. So we had to, but we never fought on anybody else's turf. And we never started anything. We would rather be friends with people than to have them try to fight us. We would rather find points of things that we could get along with. Books that we liked because we read a lot as kids, just different things. But it was never that opportunity because people were not like that all the time. And they're still like that as adults. You know what I'm saying? They're still like that as adults. So brain power is the best power. If you don't know, use your brain. You will fail every time if you don't use your brain. That's right. All righty, you guys, we're about to get out of here because I've got another show that I'm getting ready for that's starting at 4:00. So we want to be, pretty cool. I don't want Gates and that wife in my image thought. Handsome woman, isn't she, Bobby? Handsome woman. Okay. All right, you guys, y'all take care. We will be back. This was just a news brief, making sure that everybody knows. And remember, we already put it out there. We already dispatched some angels to go get that chick and turn her in. So let's just hope that it happens very soon, quite quickly, because we do not want her still on the streets. No, we don't. All right, you guys, remember what we always say here on this channel, that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High Yah. You guys take care of yourselves and take care of one another.
Lockhart Perspective.
To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.
Lockhart Perspective. Helping you along the way. Helping you to make it through another day.